All right, so this is They Will Kill You. It's directed by Kirill Sokolov. I probably said that wrong. But just came out. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, "Wow, this looks good. It's some good action in it." Zazie Beetz looks like she's doing well with the action, and I like her as an actress. I was like, "Okay, this looks interesting." So I saw it earlier today, and we're going to talk about it. So in this, we have Asia Reeves, played by Zazie Beetz. She is going to this building, this really old building. I think it's like 100 years old. They say, um, and she meets the guests and things like that. It's supposed to be her first day starting off as a maid there, and things are already seeming kind of off with the staff and things like that. Turns out these are all Satan worshippers, and they have this pact where they have to perform sacrifices, and she happens to be the sacrifice, the sacrifice that they're about to do. And so they end up going to get her and everything. They're about to do the sacrifice. And then they realize she's actually not what they were expecting. I thought this movie was really good. I don't know how other people are feeling about it, but it's got a lot of good stuff. I got some criticisms too, but it's got a lot of good stuff going for it. Performances are all good. Zazie Beats is great. The action and also with just the her performance overall, and I think it's shot really well. Great cinematography, really great shots, especially with some of the action and things going on. And the action, I think it's well choreographed, and they really let the action play out. Not too many cuts and things like that. You really get to enjoy the choreography of this action. It's really good. They don't they don't pull back at all when it comes to the violence and the gore in this. I mean, people are getting their hands cut off, feet cut off, foot cut in half, uh, heads cut off, and there's a lot of blood. I mean, it is really gory, this movie, especially with a certain aspect of this that I actually didn't know going in, that because of that aspect of it when it comes to these people, the movie's able to get pretty much just about as gory as they wanted it to get, and they don't hold back on that at all. It is very bloody, very violent, along with the action being really good, which I feel like most people would be mostly coming to see this for. I actually like the story. I like the backstory for this Asia character. I like the backstory of the building. Patricia Arquette's character Lilith, there's a backstory with her and another character that I was like, okay, wow, that's also an interesting part of this. So, to go along with the action, I was like really intrigued by the story. I was like, wow, this is good. And it was entertaining pretty much the whole way through. It's got some really good pacing to it. As far as negatives, I think my main one is just like at points the movie feels like it's trying a little too hard when it comes to the music, when it comes to, the stylized way that it's done. It's definitely reminded me of like a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's rated R, so they really got to push the, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, right? And that was a bit much at times. Like, I do think it goes too far at times, and it also gets a little too silly at times too. Like somebody will get their head cut off and just blood will just be spraying all over the place, and sometimes that takes me out of it, where I'm enjoying the action, and then something that's really silly will happen, and I'm like, okay, this is tonally kind of taking me out of it. It was underwhelming in places. Like there's this aspect of it where each this really interesting aspect of it where this building, each level or each floor, these cult members, they have their own vices that they enjoy in each level. And you don't really get to see that. It's like, why introduce such an interesting part of this? And then we don't get to really see that. I felt like that was a missed opportunity. It's just, there were parts of it that just kind of felt underwhelming. It didn't really, the movie wasn't really able to reach its full potential. That being said, I still had a lot of fun with this. I thought it was really good. Zazie Beats is great. All the action is great. The gore, like I said, it gets a little too silly and a bit too try hard at points, but it's mostly really enjoyable. I definitely recommend this. So I'm giving this awesome. Not quite my highest rating. I think that it could have definitely been better, but still really good. I had a lot of fun with it. So that's They Will Kill You. Awesome. Subscribe. We're done.